This time, I'm marooned. I'm dropped into a river valley in Colombia where the forest fires are raging.
This is a precarious position to be in. It's literally sweeping across the entire savannah.
The heat and fires are causing animals to behave erratically.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just saw something move in the ground in front of me.
Even big cats like jaguar and puma are out in numbers, meaning I've got to eat what I can, when I can.
This might look disgusting, and it is. Ah!
I'm Ed Stafford. For years, I've honed my survival skills in every corner of the planet. Now, I'm going back to my roots and putting my solo survival skills to the test. This season, I'm seeing if I can stay afloat in environments where water is both the key to survival and the greatest danger. I'll be left completely alone for 10 days with nothing. No film crew, no food, no water, no tools, and just the bare minimum of clothes. This time, it's about more than just survival. I want to see if I can thrive. Anywhere. I'm headed at the Orinoco River in Colombia, on the border with Venezuela. It's incredibly hot and very dry. And the day I landed, the government declared a state of emergency as wildfires are raging nationwide.
I've been traveling upriver for about an hour now, and it is remote. There is no doubt of that. I am literally going into the middle of nowhere. This area is rich in wildlife. Puma, jaguar, loads of venomous snakes as well. Pit vipers being the main one. And that's why I'm wearing boots, which I'm not 100% happy with, but it does demonstrate just how prolific they are here. I'm already being cooked by the sun. It is very hot.
Climate change is wreaking havoc here, and the drought it brought has made the river upstream inaccessible for our motorboat. To make it to the drop-off, I have to continue my journey by jeep. Hi.
In the distance, I can see the fires. I need to be so careful, not just from the possibility of those fires spreading through here, but also obviously of not starting my own fire and adding to the problem.
As with every expedition, I only have the bare minimum to survive. No shirt, no food, no water, and no tools.
Hasta luego. Hasta luego. That is the last time I'm going to see anybody for the next 10 days. Doesn't matter how many times you do this, the feeling's the same. First thing I'm super aware of, exposure is my biggest threat right now. It is flat as far as the eye can see. In front here, I've got a very large rocky outcrop. I think I need to get some elevation. Once I've got some elevation, I can start strategically planning.
I'm carrying my film and emergency kit with me, including a second camera like the one I'm filming on now. Got 2 tripods here, a medical kit, a drone. 3 of these supplementary cameras. I can wear this as a point of view camera on my head and rig it in trees and stuff. I also have a sat phone for emergencies.
All morning I've been blasted by sun coming up the river. One respite is that the clouds have now covered the sun, so be thankful for small mercies, Ed. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just saw something move in the ground in front of me. It's a rattlesnake. It's definitely a rattlesnake. Just gonna get the other camera. To film this closely, I've just put the camera on the end of a long stick. I don't want to get bitten by a rattlesnake on day 1. Look at that. To have a rattlesnake out here in the grass does just prove the unpredictability of these animals when they've been dislodged by fire. Locals warn me that they're seeing the snakes really behaving uncharacteristically, and I wasn't expecting that, not literally 10 minutes into being here. Rattlesnakes are neurotoxic, which means they attack your nervous system, basically. Your diaphragm will fail and you'll suffocate. For me, that utterly reinforces what a wise decision it was to come in here with boots on. Crikey.
With only an hour till sunset, I've reached the base of the granite boulder. If I can get to the top, I'll have a good vantage point to plan my next move.
It's a lot bigger up close than it looked from afar.
And getting to the top is slow going.
The payoff for climbing this hill and being able to start having a solid plan rather than running around like a headless chicken in the dark. But invariably I have a limited supply of energy. Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. What a view. What a view. Just trying to form a bit of a mental map of the area. To the right, there is indeed a forest right on the horizon there. To my left, there's another linear feature of trees, which I'm assuming is a river. I don't know, but I'm estimating that that forest to the right is just potentially 10 kilometers away, whereas this one to my left is 1.5, which is influencing my decision, obviously. Wow, that's the fires that I was talking about. As the sun's gone down, you can see the flames. That is sobering. It just took the light to fade a little bit, and suddenly you've got this thin band of orange. Looks like the area between me and the flames has already been burned. The wind's going that way. It's not coming in this direction, but it's very real. I think it's stay up here the night, tuck myself out of the wind, and then in the morning, head over towards that band of trees, and then I can start surviving.
Morning. I don't know what time it is, but it's quite beautiful up here.
That's where the fires were last night, but as far as I can see, they've gone out. What? I've woken up and it's raining. I mean, it's amazing, but it's quite a surprise. Right, let's head down off the rock. Just working out my route. I'm gonna come down the rock face round the right-hand side of the rocky crag in front of me, and then come straight across that tree line. I think that's the most direct route. Kind of degraded, but I think what I'm looking at is puma scat. It's gone white, so it's not fresh, but definitely puma. They're also jaguar, and they're all about.
The rain has stopped and the temperature is rising. It looks like the wind has shifted, and before I know it, I'm surrounded.
That fire is only 200 meters away. There was lightning earlier, and I was just wondering whether a lightning strike has actually set the grass on fire. As far as you can see, there's a huge line of fire. I need to move because it's coming this way. It's literally sweeping across the entire savannah. I've never been that close to a bushfire before, but it just heightens everything.
It's the sheer evidence of what global warming can do.
All of the animals are just almost like they're having a noose tied around them and fleeing, getting into this tighter concentration. I think I'm at a safe distance. I've gone off to the side. The fire's now raging that way, parallel to me.
My original path has been cut off. The only way forward is to find another route.
It's starting to look more like jungle, isn't it? Look at this. It's a proper river. Oh my goodness. There's fish in there as well. Oh, that is nice and cool. It is crystal clear, and I know from speaking to local people that they drink the water around here without a second thought. Massive tick in the box. I'm just thinking to myself, I want to move downriver. There are an abundance of anacondas in this area, but I'm not actually their prey. I'd have to really disturb one, I think, to come a cropper in here. In terms of being able to film in the water, that will work, won't it? Right, let's do this. That's it. Okay, I'm making good ground. I'm moving forward and I'm not really expending energy. There's some mariche palms up ahead. I wonder if I can get myself a mid-float snack. You can see these little mariche fruit. You can't eat the scales on the outside, but that green flesh on the inside, you can eat that. Full of antioxidants. They're not quite ripe yet, really, but that's good energy. I'm gonna take more of these with me. These are also really good fish bait. Okay, back in the water.
I've made solid progress down the river today. And this deeper pool is full of all kinds of fish. It's a good spot to make camp and see if I can sort out a meal.
Because of the abundance, I think a fish trap is going to work better for me. It's going to take a little time to make, but I think if I make a trap, I can catch multiple fish, and also it's going to be working for me whilst I can do other things.
A funnel basket trap is made with 2 woven cones, one inside the other. So the fish swim in the larger cone, and the smaller cone prevents them from swimming out.
So I'm just going to start at the bottom and work around. And it is no more complicated than that. Crikey, this better catch some fish is all I can say. I'm doing this whilst trying to keep zen in a haze of sandflies who are biting me all the time. And I'm itchy. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Right there. Right there. Oh, yeah. I would estimate I've only got about an hour daylight left, so I need to start thinking about where I'm going to bed down. There's a sort of entry point down there, and there's an entry point on the other side, and it feels like the sort of place where animals would come through. I think it would be foolish not to build myself a little bit of a boma tonight.
A boma is a circular wall of thorny branches that I'd learned how to build in Africa to protect myself from predators. There are big cats here too, like puma and jaguar, and it'll work just as well against them.
I've used all the natural debris behind because I didn't want to waste time and energy, but and then the trees that are there. But I've just brought this wall up in front, but I reckon that'll do. I'm just beginning to doubt. Maybe it's because I've had a day building a basket and it's not ready yet, and I'm slightly frustrated with that. But I'm just wondering whether my decision from the get-go was wrong. Whether actually I should have gone right. I should have crossed the plains, done the longer distance and gone to the bigger forest, because this is quite exposed to the sun. And very low canopy, very bushy and scrubby. The track really does need the perf tomorrow, I think. There needs to be fruits to my labour. It really does.